were saying that you got introduced to the Indian hip hop scene also very, very early, like when Divine was starting, and
Yeah, yeah,
almost
yeah.
all India got introduced to Indian hip hop after Gully Boy, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
you've been acquainted with Indian hip hop since then. So now, what's the difference you see now? There's a major, major difference, obviously, but
Yeah.
what do you feel now? Like, is it easier for artists now or then? Because then the competition wasn't there. The ways had to be like found out.
Yeah, I think like the state of hip hop right now, I don't want like I'll just give you like a I mean there's positives, negatives to like everything in life, right? Whatever we look
Of
at and
course.
whatever we see and everything has like a nuance to it. In a way where it's a great place to be in because now we are like being accepted a lot more. We are being accepted as like real musicians where it's like okay, I'm not just talking about like companies and these media outlets and all of that. I'm just talking about like regular people where regular people know that there's a thing that you can be called an Indian rapper, you can be a thing called an Indian musician, you can be a thing called this. So there is a greater acceptance
From
amongst people that
society.
I see. Yeah, from people that I see that are just. I mean, I'm not talking about like older people. I'm talking about people that are as old as us. These people also didn't have the acceptance back then. I mean, it's not like an age thing. We just never saw anything happen like that. So no one really like had an acceptance for like rappers and independent musicians and just musicians like that. So I think there is a huge acceptance now. But for to be honest, there is also a thing where I think that we are like if you sit in conversations with rappers now, if you have a conversation with like most of these rappers, if you sit and talk to them, I find it really depressing now. I don't want to sound like some purist or I don't want to sound like some dude that is just like, extremely, I don't know, stuck up or something. But when you sit with these artists, there's one thing that I feel that the conversations are only business oriented right now, to be honest. Like this is, I'm talking
Money.
from a perspective, I'm talking from a perspective like from the ground is what I think, like what I would want to tell you from like the grounds of this music. If you go to these conversations and if you are in the middle of these conversations, you find out that we talk about music a lot. People talk about music a lot less now. It has become the conversations
More
have turned
business.
into yeah, the conversations have turned into okay, who's doing better now, who's making more, who's doing that, and who's doing this, and
Views and numbers.
yeah, views and numbers and labels and money and all of these conversations are coming up. So it's like a double-edged thing where it's like okay, I feel good when people are like appreciating like really taking you seriously now because it's like a thing now you can be so they will take you seriously now. But now there's also I don't like the fact that all we talk about is like business because I don't like these conversations at all. To be honest with you,
So
these conversations are like a little weird to be just talking about it is weird to me. If you're talking
that
about like if
absolutely
it,
makes sense.
yeah, yeah, if you're just talking about if you're in a if you're in a room full of rappers and you've just discussed 10 other rappers and their streams and their views and their label deals and their money, then I think we're not in the right space right now, to be honest with you. So artists, I think, like the artist ideology is a little weird, but I like the audience ideology. So the audience ideology is good. I like where the flourishing of the scene has taken the audience, but I am not sure about like where it's taking the artists. But
I
yeah,
think
it's
right
just what
now
it is.
I
Got
think
it.
right now because of social media, like artists are struggling with algorithm versus artistry. Like, do you make stuff that goes with the algorithm, or do you make stuff that you want to make?